man, it's Stay Safe World. You already know what's going on. So we got to talk about this situation with Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy. But before we get into all that and his response to NBA Youngboy, man, I'm going to need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and let's run this up, man. So let's go. So basically, Lil Durk has responded to NBA Youngboy, basically dissing him in money with more money. So I don't know if y'all saw the picture the other day where NBA Youngboy basically posted that y'all people are basically gonna get shot or whatever. That's basically what he says. Y'all gonna die in money. He spelled it out in money. Basically, sort of like if you can sample a picture, I guess you could say he sampled a like old 50 Cent picture where he spelled out broken money and stuff. I guess people were saying that earlier today. But yeah, he basically responded to that, and this all stems from the whole incident that happened with Quando Rondo and King Von. We already know what happened there. Lil Tim basically like shot King Von, which is Lil Durk's, was at the time his like biggest artist and like his best friend basically. And NBA Youngboy, for the first time, like he basically kind of spoke out on this whole situation, basically dissed everybody, has been dissing everybody for the past week on some crazy shit. So it all sort of culminates in him spelling out, "You niggas gonna die in money," and he basically just like spells it out. People don't know if he's even talking about, people assume that he's talking about Lil Durk, but then also people are assuming that he's talking about NLE Choppa, because the whole thing that happened with the NLE Choppa situation where NLE was in the airport and then a crazed NBA Youngboy fan basically goes up to him and attacks him in the middle of the airport. This is like directly after that. So people are saying that he was sort of dissing like both of them, and he just dropped a song where he basically was saying like picking sides is going to get you killed essentially, and he was referring to like how NLE Choppa basically butted himself in the situation and said that he would ride with Durk and stuff. And Youngboy's basically on some wild shit. Like he's basically dissing everyone. I feel like it's partially because he realizes that he doesn't need any industry people at all. Like he already has a huge fan base. He's a legend to his fans. His fans are gonna love everything that he does. You see these dudes like responding underneath comments and shit, basically like responding that have like on posts that have nothing to do with them, saying Youngboy's better, how is this gonna affect Youngboy's legacy, all types of shit like that. So I feel like Youngboy basically has nothing to prove. He has no one's ass to kiss. He doesn't really even care at the end of the day. It looks like he's probably gonna be going to jail for some amount of time because he caught a gun charge in California and ran from the feds. That was like last year. And then he's on basically on house arrest with armed guards outside his house in the middle of Utah, and he's forced to be smoking cigarettes like they're backwoods or some shit, probably because he's on some type of probation. So it's like, what else is this nigga gonna do but diss everyone? And the only person that he featured on the Colors fucking like album was Quando Rondo, the one feature. So that goes in itself that he's basically saying like, man, I don't care about any of these niggas. And he's dissing Durk too. And then fans were so quick to say after Durk basically responded that, you know, the classic thing that they haven't slid for Von or whatever. And I mean, like, I don't think that we should be encouraging violence, obviously not. But if you look at it on their point of view, I guess you can't really say that you're like the top mafia boss or whatever, the top shotta. And I guess I'm not saying that I'm encouraging this type of stuff, but you can't say that you're the top shotta. Whatever the fuck you want to say, like the big boss, if the person that like is dissing the person actually, I mean, they basically killed this dude's friend, and they saying that they're the top boss. And anyone, a bunch of people from O Block basically made songs saying that like if anyone disses Von, that like they're gonna get like murked or whatever. But at the same time, the whole dude that like killed Von is A-okay. He's still alive. I mean, granted, he has a fucking like bag that he has to poop in now that he basically got shot hella times, and his body's never gonna remain in the same function that it did before this. But that wasn't them. That was the police doing that were at the incident in the first place. I guess that's what fans are quick to say, but it's like that's kind of encouraging violence by telling Durk to slide for Von and stuff. And it's obviously not realistic because this nigga is a whole star. If he were to slide for Von, the cops are gonna know exactly who did it. Niggas are gonna find out on YouTube like me and shit, and then it's all gonna go to shit. So it's like, man, whatever you gotta do. I mean, like, he's definitely struggling with this. I don't think that Durk should have even responded to this nigga, because I mean, Lil Durk has fans definitely, but these Youngboy fans are crazy. Like, you see these niggas, bro. You see the dude that pulled up in the airport on NLE Chopper for talking shit. Granted, Lil Durk's security is probably way better. I mean, he's a way bigger artist. He's been around for so much longer. He has enough money to have security and have his homies come with him to places and stuff like that. So he probably doesn't have to worry about it on the same sense. But it's like NBA Youngboy is the type of nigga that these fans, like, it's like a cult leadership, man. Like, these niggas will ride with him without even, like, it could be someone that isn't even associated with NBA Youngboy, you feel me? It could be a random fan, a random ass person just on the street who will see you, and they like inherit the beef from that shit, which is crazy to even see that this nigga even has that type of like viewpoint and able to like control the masses at that point, that he has people that he doesn't even know that just feel his music so much that are down to do whatever, man. Like, it's not surprising when you're rapping about that type of stuff, but people see that he's definitely legit with the shits, and I wouldn't say that he's not. I'm not the one that's trying to perpetuate, you know, like black people killing themselves, because it's sad seeing this shit. But it's like, at the same time, y'all gotta keep this shit off of social media. Unless you're like promoting NBA Youngboy's album, it's like you're really not really doing anything. Like, this nigga should have just continued with his day. But you know he couldn't let that go, and his mans got murked. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's not like he's gonna get back or anything. This nigga like a platinum artist. How the fuck is he? Maybe I don't even know how you would get back at them or at NBA Youngboy, really, because this nigga in the house, this nigga not gonna be having any shows anytime like soon at all. So it's like, it's kind of beating a dead horse. But hey, man, hopefully it doesn't get worse. Hopefully no crazy shit happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Real stay safe shit. You already know what's going on, man. So like, comment, subscribe, and drop a comment below if you think that Durk should have left this message on Instagram, or if he should have just let it pass. Real stay safe shit. You already know what's going on. Peace.